Hello, movie lovers. Welcome to Does It Hold Up? Oscar Redux 2007. This is a show where we pretend to go back in time and redo the Oscars and give out the awards to who I think should have been the winners. This is just a fun exercise, just expressing what I believe, but I would love to hear back from you guys. So make sure after watching this, or while you're watching it, go down to the comments below and let me know what movie you would give each award. Like I said, we are going to the year 2007 this week. I am joined as always by Emily, the disembodied voice. So Emily, take it away.
This week we are starting with Writing Adapted. The nominees this year were Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit, Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan, Children of Men, The Departed, Little Children, and Notes on a Scandal. The winner? The Departed.
The Departed. Like, if you're gonna say it, Emily, you gotta say it. The Departed.
I was letting you have that.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so The Departed is good. It's well written, but I don't think it's the best written movie for this category. I'm going to change the award to a movie that I think is very well crafted, very well written, and gets sorely underrated by pretty much everybody. And that's Children of Men. This movie is phenomenal, and if you haven't seen it, please go out of your way to check it out, because it's awesome. So I'm going to take the award away from The Departed. I think it's okay. I think the rest of these movies in this category are just okay, but Children of Men is just different. It's a very, very good script, and it should be studied in a lot of script writing courses, screenwriting courses. So that's my new winner, Children of Men, for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Next is Writing Original. The nominees were Babel, Letters from Iwo Jima, Little Miss Sunshine, Pan's Labyrinth, and The Queen. The winner? Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay, I might get a little bit of hate for this one, but I don't like Little Miss Sunshine. I don't think it's a very good movie. When it came out, people couldn't shut the up about it. They were just like, hey, have you seen this movie yet? I love this movie. It's so cute. It's so adorable. Everybody's so good in it. And every single time, I had to look those people in the face and say, yes, I've seen it. I disagree. And oh, it would start some fights. It would start some hot debates. But I'm never going to back down. I don't think that movie is very good, but I do think there's a better movie in this category. And that movie is Pan's Labyrinth. Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth? Go see Pan's Labyrinth. This is an incredible movie with so many layers in the script that you're going to be distracted by the visuals and by everything that's happening on screen, that some of the story might get lost on you in a first watch. But the more you watch this movie, the more there is to break apart from it, the more there is to discuss about it, the more there is some intricacies in this story. So Little Miss Sunshine, you had a lot of love at the time, but Pan's Labyrinth was the real winner for Writing Original.
We are moving on to Actress in a Supporting Role. The nominees were Adriana Barraza, Babel, Cate Blanchett, Notes on a Scandal, Abigail Breslin, Little Miss Sunshine, Jennifer Hudson, Dreamgirls, and Rinku Kikuchi, Babel. The winner? Jennifer Hudson for Dreamgirls.
She was fine. She was okay. I think she might have been the best performance in Dreamgirls for the women, but I don't think she deserves this award. So I'm yet again making a change to what the Oscars did. This is not a very good year for the Oscars, starting out at least. They are giving it to all of the wrong people, the wrong movies, the wrong everything. Because the actual winner of this should be Cate Blanchett for Notes on a Scandal. Holy she's mesmerizing in this movie. The movie is good. I wouldn't put it to the great category, but Cate Blanchett in it is something else. And she deserved this award more than Jennifer Hudson, who was just mediocre at best. And I do like Jennifer Hudson, just not for this role. So Cate Blanchett for Best Supporting Actress in Notes on a Scandal.
Actor in a Supporting Role. The nominees were Alan Arkin, Little Miss Sunshine, Jackie Earle Haley, Little Children, Djimon Hounsou, Blood Diamond, Eddie Murphy, Dreamgirls, and Mark Wahlberg, The Departed. The winner? Alan Arkin, Little Miss Sunshine.
I love me some Alan Arkin, and I think he was great in this movie. But at the same time, I disagree. No surprise here. 2007, I pretty much disagree with a lot of what the Academy did this year, who they gave the awards to. So I'm changing this one as well. As much as I love him, I don't think this was the movie that he gets an Oscar for. And I'm going to go on a weird pick here. And it might get a little controversial because I don't know if people really liked his performance in this movie, but I'm giving it to Mark Wahlberg for The Departed. Because every time he is on screen in this movie, the movie ratchets it up a notch. And the movie's pretty damn good already. And yet, he is so... what's the word I'm looking for here? I already used mesmerizing when I was talking about Cate Blanchett. He is eye-catching. He is a draw. He pulls you in to this role. Mark Wahlberg is not a great actor by any means. He is serviceable at best in almost every movie he's ever been in, except for this one, where he goes above and beyond to make this as good as he possibly can. And I think it worked on every level. So Mark Wahlberg, The Departed, Best Supporting Actor.
Actress in a leading role. The nominees were Penelope Cruz, Volver, Judi Dench, Notes on a Scandal, Helen Mirren, The Queen, Meryl Streep, The Devil Wears Prada, and Kate Winslet for Little Children. The winner? Helen Mirren, The Queen.
Ooh, I love me some Helen Mirren. I think she is classy. She's a great actress. She's a great humanitarian. She is just a wonderful person. And as an actress, she is one of the greatest of all time. But I'm still going to take the award away from her. I think she's great in The Queen. I think that movie doesn't work with anybody else in that role. But let's not kid ourselves here. Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada is out of this stratosphere compared to these other nominees. This is a performance that you build an entire career around. And this is Meryl Streep, who has had many build your career around performances. But this one just stands a little above all of the others. She had been nominated a million times before this. She had won before this. So this isn't anything special for Meryl Streep, but it was a special performance that should have been recognized. So I'm taking it away from one great actress, and I'm giving it to another, because I'm giving it to Meryl Streep for The Devil Wears Prada.
Moving on to actor in a leading role. The nominees were Leonardo DiCaprio, Blood Diamond, Ryan Gosling, Half Nelson, Peter O'Toole, Venus, Will Smith, The Pursuit of Happiness, and Forest Whitaker, The Last King of Scotland. The winner? Forest Whitaker, The Last King of Scotland.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm making yet another change here. Forest Whitaker is great. He's great in this movie. But there was a performance that captivated the nation, the world, Hollywood, everybody watching movies in 2006. And that's Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness. He had been good in movies before, but it was always kind of same with him. Kind of funny, kind of sarcastic, a little over the top. And then all of a sudden he hits you with The Pursuit of Happiness, and you're just like, well, what? Okay. And I don't feel like if you give that kind of performance to make people look at you differently, that you shouldn't be rewarded for that. That is the type of performances that this category and the awards are made for. What is a performance that stands out above all the rest, that makes people take notice? And that's Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness. So I'm taking away the award from Forest Whitaker, and I'm giving it to him for that movie, because he is great in it. It's his best performance of his entire career.
Next is Best Animated Feature. The nominees were Cars, Happy Feet, and Monster House. The winner? Happy Feet.
This year, 3 great nominees. I know people don't really love the Cars franchise, but you can't deny that the original Cars is fantastic. Monster House, I think, is a little underrated, maybe a little underseen. It's just a fun movie that's kind of scary. It could definitely be like a kid's first horror-ish type movie. And it's just really good. But this was the right pick. 100% all the way, it's Happy Feet. directed by George Miller, who would go on to do Mad Max Fury Road. So he will be back on this show when we get to that year. But here, he made what a beautiful movie. It's just so fun, lively, great performances, great animation. Happy Feet is a classic. And this doesn't have anything to do with the fact that penguins are my favorite animal. Or maybe it does, might be a little biased. But I'm keeping it with Happy Feet for Best Animated Feature.
Next is directing. The nominees were Babel from Babel, Clint Eastwood, Letters from Iwo Jima, Stephen Frears, The Queen, Paul Greengrass, United 93, and Martin Scorsese, The Departed. The winner? Martin Scorsese for The Departed.
I don't want to keep it with Martin Scorsese for The Departed. I really want to give it to somebody else. But I don't think it's any of these 4 movies. This is all really good directing going on in this category. And I think Scorsese just gets this for a Lifetime Achievement Award because he probably should have had about 2 or 3 Oscars by this point in time, and he just didn't. And I don't know why the Academy kept shunning him and kept ignoring him in this award category. I don't think this is the movie that he deserves it for, but I also don't think any of these other movies are better. If I had to pick a secondary, it would be a close call with Clint Eastwood's Letters of Iwo Jima. I think that's a phenomenal movie, very well directed. But for the sake of this show, I'm going to keep it with Martin Scorsese for The Departed, as much as I kind of don't want to.
And finally, Best Picture. The nominees this year were Babel, The Departed, Letters from Iwo Jima, Little Miss Sunshine, and The Queen. The winner? The Departed.
Okay. It's not the best picture of the year. Not even close. I'm going to change this award because The Departed, although very good, is a movie that just feels a little unfocused. There's a lot happening in this movie, and I don't think it all technically came together. I think there's a lot of just loose ends. There's a lot of like, does that really need to be here? It's a little too long. There's a lot more flaws in this movie than I think a lot of people want to recognize because they just love the idea of the movie. They love the performances. It's Boston, and it's a bunch of great performances, and they're swearing a bunch, and they're having a good time, but it's not the best movie of the year. I don't think any of these movies in this category, I think this is just a weak category for everything. But I am going to take it away from The Departed because I think Clint Eastwood made the best movie of the year. Letters from Iwo Jima is spectacular. It is so well crafted, so well put together. Just top to bottom, everything for this movie works. Is it a perfect movie? Not even close. But I do think it's better than The Departed. So, unfortunately, I'm taking it away from this overhyped, overanalyzed movie, and I'm giving it to Clint Eastwood and his team for Letters from Iwo Jima. All right, that's it for this show this week. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with any of the choices that I made. What movies would you have picked? Do you think Martin Scorsese deserved his first Oscar for The Departed? Interested to hear what you guys all have to say, so let me know. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll be back again next Friday with 2008 Academy Awards, so make sure you come back for that. Until next time, remember to be good to yourself, kind to others, and keep watching movies.